Hello everyone, I'm Aaron Olson. I'll be discussing Chapter 27 on media-based learning styles. This article was written in support of research that was related to a virtual learning environment named River City that was created by the authors of this article. The key findings were related to new learning styles that are emerging due to the proliferation of new media and the availability and the use of new media in people and students. The first of these findings was the skills related to data gathering, so seeking, sieving, synthesizing new data. So people that are using the internet are becoming more and more skilled at these types of activities. The second finding is multitasking. It's found that most people today, as they use new technology, are actually using more than one technology or device or interacting with more than one media at any given time. So the research presented in the article suggests that over 50% of people in 2005, while they were watching TV, were also engaged in other activities. The third emerging learning style is Napsterism. So this is the idea that users today, people today, online are actually participating in the creating of new data and recombining, repurposing, redistributing of new data. So these are all new skills that people are acquiring just purely because of the use of the media today. As technology continues to evolve, the process of making the appropriate adjustments in the classroom is becoming more complex. So one of the key points of the article is related to convergence of new technology. So I just put together a quick slide to kind of highlight that. So we've got all of these devices of the past are still becoming increasingly combined and getting jammed into single devices, just making it more available and affordable for use by more and more people. So this is the idea of technology convergence, and we'll see more and more of this going in the future with more functionality from laptops and computers, and even new functionality being enabled by smarter and more powerful devices. The article suggests there are three complementary interfaces that will change the way people think going forward. The first is the world of the desktop. So because of these enabling technologies in the internet, technology is allowing the experts to come to the desktop. So basically we're able to interact either in synchronous ways or asynchronous ways with experts through our own desktops or laptops. And this is enabling relationships that would not have been possible in the past and new forms of collaboration. The second is multi-user virtual environments. So these virtual environments that users or students can interact with is creating very rich and engaging learning environments that are going to continue to increase and expand into the future. The third is the ubiquitous computing. So this is the idea we talked about a minute ago, and that's the fact that technology and devices are everywhere, and because of the availability there, these virtual environments and augmented realities are becoming easier and more attainable to the teacher and to the student. Immersion is a key concept when we're discussing these types of distance or virtual learning environments. So the level to which an environment is able to immerse the student into and engage the student into those activities. So what we're looking for is increased investment in the learning situation. So if we have a high level of immersion, then we should see this. there should be a strong sense of presence in the environment. And also the sense of immersion is increased as the students become active participants. So the difference between watching a really good 3D movie versus actually being able to interact with the characters and become a part of the scene that you're seeing. So in a virtual environment, in the virtual environments of the future, we'll see increasing amounts of interaction and immersion levels achieved going forward. The River City project, here are some screens from that project. As you can see, there's an avatar that interacts and walks around with in a virtual world, is able to interact with other characters or students in this case. What they did is they presented problems in their environment and then gave students the opportunity to collaborate and explore the solutions to those problems. So this is what was going on in the River City project. The key results of the project were that they found the learners were very highly motivated and engaged in the learning. All of the students built skills related to communication, such as chat and note-taking, commenting, and interacting that way with other students. Even the low-performing students were able to master the complex task and the increased skills that they were looking to achieve in as the learning outcomes. They found that as they shifted or made adjustments to the pedagogy within the environment, they could see the adjustments the students would make in correlation with those. And so those were the key findings that they found related to the River City project. So my questions are, do you agree with some of this research that happened? The first point they made is in virtual communities, it is not necessary for all members to assimilate everything the community as a whole knows, but rather each should know who knows what. So the idea is that within one of these communities, not everyone needs to learn everything, and that a new key skill, and I would argue not so new, but new possibly to learning, is just being able to figure out who and identify who is the expert in which area, and to use that to the advantage of the whole community. So my question is, do we really agree with that? Is it okay or enough in learning environments that we just know who knows what and we don't actually learn it ourselves? The second idea is these virtual realities are good substitutes to real-world learning environments and enable similar, if not better, learning outcomes. I could see pros and cons on either side of this, and I'm interested to get some of your feedback in the comments related to this. Are they really a good substitute? I would say that some of the advantages I see are that it's more of a controlled environment. It's obviously more cost-effective as far as the ability to get this education or this teaching experience out to more students at a lower cost. So the scale and of that, there's some benefits there. I think on the flip side, that you don't really have that face-to-face interaction. You still have that when you disconnect or get off this learning environment, you really don't have any person-to-person interaction outside of the virtual environment. And so I think there are some things lost, some people skills, and those types of interactions that are lost. But certainly you get some of these newer technology skills, communication skills for this distance type learning activity. Certainly those are there. But I do see some disadvantage to that. I think it's something different. I personally don't think it's a substitute for a real-world learning environment. Finally, new learning styles that have emerged through ubiquitous media should influence how we teach. How much should we let these new learning styles influence is the question. and I'll leave that with you guys to think about. And thanks for watching.